Today we're going to make this warm, soft winter hat or beanie. I just love the gray, white, and yellow colors. I'm Rose and welcome to my channel. The yarn I'm using is Ice Cream Roving Divagation by the Lion brand yarn, and this is in the color Bit of Honey. You will also need a crochet hook. I'm using a 6mm, a pair of scissors, a needle, and a place marker. First, you're going to make a slip knot. Now you're going to chain 60. This yarn calls for a 6.5mm hook, but I did try it with the 6.5. It had way too many spaces, and I just like it a little bit tighter, so I went with the 6mm hook. This hat I made for my own head, but I would definitely measure and go 1 stitch smaller than the size you need, because when we put the creases in, it's going to stretch a little bit. And here I followed the chain back so that it's not twisted, and then I did a slip stitch back into the first stitch. For round 2, you're going to chain 1. Make sure that your chain is not flipped on the back where your third stitch is. You're going to flip it so that you're in the back stitches only, and you're going to half double crochet into each stitch all the way around for round 2. Right before the end of round 2, I lay it flat so that I can make sure that my work is not twisted. When you get to the end of round 2, you want to make sure you don't go into your slip stitch from round 1. So I'm going to put a stitch marker into my slip stitch from round 1 so I know not to go into it. And then you don't want to go into your chain 1 either, so we're going to skip that and go into the top of your first chain and then slip stitch. For round 3, you're going to chain 1. Now we're going to do a front post half double crochet. You're going to find the post, which is the half double crochet from round 2, and you're going to work in the spaces between the posts. So you're going to insert your hook in front and bring it behind the post. And now you're going to yarn over and bring your yarn up for a half double crochet, followed by a back post half double crochet. And here we're going to work into the same space, but we're going to bring your hook behind the post and through the next space and pull through for your half double crochet, and then pull through all 3 loops. You will continue to work front post and back post half double crochets all the way around for round 3. When you come to the end of round 3, make sure you get the last post before the stitch marker. That way your work is even. You're going to skip the 2 stitches and then go into the top of the first stitch in the 3rd row and make a slip stitch. For round 4, you are going to chain 1, and then you are going to continue to do the front post half double crochets followed by the back post half double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and you will continue to do this for rounds 4 and 5. When you come to the end of row 5, you are going to slip stitch and chain 1. This is going to complete the brim of your hat. For round 6, we are going to be doing just the front post half double crochets. We are going to be doing this around each post, including the back post half double crochets, which in the end they will all be front post half double crochets when you get to the end of round 6. When you get to the end of round 6, you are going to put a slip stitch in the top of the first stitch. If you go from the back of this stitch, it will look like a front post half double crochet and the seam will blend in. Then chain 1. You can keep track where the seam is with the stitch marker at the end so that you don't get confused. Now you will continue the rest of the hat from round 7 to round 30 with the front post half double crochets.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone, I got it, I gotta go, running to better times, go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, 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 to better times. Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm nothing can stop me in the night. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night. Like I am leaving all the bad skies. Go, go, running to better times. Go, 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 from my emotions out. Go, 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 running to better times, 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 to better times.
When you get to the end of round 30, you're going to make a slip stitch and tie off. You want to leave an extra long tail so that we could weave it in and make the top of the hat. Before I close the end of the hat, I want to flip it inside out to show you how to count the rounds in case you lose track of how many you made. So because you know the band has 5 rounds, you're going to start with this row here, which is number 6. And then you're going to count up from there, and it will tell you which row you're on. In the end, you should have 29 rows because you're going to have 30 rounds, and it would end at that 30. Now I'm going to take my yarn and weave it through each of the stitches to form the top of the hat. Now we're going to pull the string tight, and we are going to pull the yarn through the back to make a knot. We're going, I think I made about 7 different knots in different directions so that it will keep the top of the hat nice and tight and it won't open on you in the end. And here is the finished hat. The band is stretchy, and I love the colors, the gray, the white, the yellow, how it turned out. It took me a little while to get this yarn, but I love it. It's a little expensive, but it's super soft. You can flip the band up and then you can use it as a winter hat, or you could keep it down and use it like a beanie. You can add a pom-pom to the top. I think I want to try to get a yellow pom-pom to see how that looks. But right now I only have gray. But you can add a pom-pom. You can leave it without a pom-pom, like a beanie. I really like how this turned out. And I hope you try to make one also. I hope you enjoyed making this with me today. And until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching.